Alright.
As he should. I'm pretty sure phone calls was had, conversations was had, meetings was had, because as he should. And here's the thing. A lot of y'all don't understand, like, comprehension, critical thinking skills are whooping y'all's asses. And I pray to God that y'all are not out here helping these little babies with their homework. Don't y'all talk about these little babies no more, because when I say Bush must answer for this, this No Child Left Behind is really showing us some things, because y'all are in these comments and it is just, I want to know how y'all are working. Like, do you have a job? Because there's no way that you got a job and you out here not understanding simple shit like this. Now, some of y'all want the downfall of this man so bad that y'all can fucking taste it. And that shit is fucking weird. But anyways, you're not going to say that 1996 J is the same as 2026 J. And that's what y'all are confusing. Y'all are confusing, the swag, the prowess of this man now as to then. 90s kids, we remember CDs. We remember when you couldn't walk through, a gas station parking lot without somebody offering you a CD, or trying to sell you a CD, like numerous people. Okay. This man was selling CDs out the trunk of his car in 1996. So you mean to tell me in your little mind, you thought 1996 J was out here with Jeff and all of them? That's what you thought. Can't be what you thought. I swear to God, it can't be what you thought. Because ain't no way in hell that 1996 J, where he was barely even a blip on anybody's radar musically, was out here doing what somebody said he was doing. Ain't no way. And then Pusha T was 19 at that time. And the fact that Pharrell did it in Lego form so that it was simplistically able to be understood how he really had to push him into realizing who the fuck he really is lyrically. And y'all still didn't get it because y'all trying to say that he was a handler. Like, baby, when I tell you have a bridge in Brooklyn for sale, because ain't no way in hell y'all thought this. Ain't no, with some of y'all out here fighting for your fucking lives in these comments, and then the fact that, going to some of these folks and these bios with this Christ and all this other stuff, baby, you're going to hell. You're going to bust hell wide ass open. Because ain't no way you are praying for somebody else's downfall like this, and then you're going to still be blessed. I can go ahead and tell you that's not going to happen. Now that might happen with Brad Pitt Jesus, that be on them stained glass windows, but I can guarantee you, skin of bronze hair, wool Jesus, that's, no, big dog, big sandal ain't going to bless you. He ain't. And this is not even, everybody's like, oh, so, y'all are fans. I'm not even a fan of that man like that. Like, I appreciate his music. I appreciate his business acumen or whatever. All the things. Like, again, I'm not a fan like most of these other people, but the teacher in me, the educator in me, is sad for y'all, because I'm like, y'all cannot be out here bringing down the national learning average. Y'all know other countries be looking at us and be like, y'all can't be this damn dumb. This why they think we stupid. Right here.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I actually didn't watch that video, so I thought she was gonna badmouth Jay-Z, but she actually said what I think. A lot of y'all are stupid. A lot of people want the downfall of Jay-Z, since you got Nicki Minaj goofy ass going on social media talking about Jay-Z would be exposed to the rituals that he did. She's a cokehead, an admitted cokehead. Yeah, like, nobody's taking her serious. I even went on Twitter and I seen this post right here by Hoops Craves. It's a parody account. It says Jay-Z has reported left the United States to an undisclosed location, as he should. The fuck I'm gonna stick around, you dickheads is trying to implicate me in some foolishness. Now, he already just got done batting down Tony Busby, the sleazeball lawyer out of Texas that tried to implicate him with a 13-year-old or alleged 13-year-old victim at the time of whatever incident. But that was proven that she lied. She said that it happened in New York, and she was, I guess, a groupie of, damn, what the fuck is the name of that? Good Charlotte. To which they said, and they had itinerary records that proved that they were in Ohio promoting their album, so she couldn't have been with them. Not only that, how the fuck is a 13-year-old become a groupie of a rock band? But I digress. To which her father claimed that there was never no evidence that of the sorts. He didn't drive 5 hours and pick her up. Doesn't know what she's talking about. The woman now, fast forward later, is about 38, 39 years old. And Jay-Z promptly countersued Tony Bubsley, and had his license barred from practicing in, I think, in the state of New York. But then now this comes up, and like I said in the Epstein episode, one of them, that another victim claimed, or alleged victim, do the air quotes, claims that Jay-Z and Pusha T was at Harvey Weinstein's house, and when she awakened, she seen Pusha T and Jay-Z. I know people think all us niggas look alike, but this is alleged happened in 1996, to like which I said Jay-Z was relatively unknown as an artist. He'd had reasonable doubt. It went gold, and the reigning kings of hip hop around that time was LL Cool J, Biggie Smalls, and Tupac. Jay-Z was a nobody. Now, even though Jay-Z is friends with Harvey Weinstein, and it's possibly through the connection of Dame Dash doing Paid in Full with the Weinstein Group production company, that was in 2002. So it would have had to have been 6 years later, not in 1996, because I highly doubt that with no pull, no critically acclaimed record, no platinum selling record, I highly doubt he would have been in cahoots, in concert, or even in the presence of Harvey Weinstein. That's just me. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. However, he was a coke dealer, so all things are probably possible. He could have actually been selling coke to people within the industry as a nobody and just happened to be invited. However, we don't have corroborating evidence of the fact that that's the case. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of nobodies claiming some shit that's not possible. Not only that, Nicki Minaj had posted a post up on Twitter. It said, "What the F?" Now this was 2-3 days ago. She said hashtag child predator, has a picture of Jay-Z and what looks like Aaliyah. If you look at Jay-Z's shirt closely, it's a Rocawear shirt. Rocawear wasn't formed until 2001. That would have made Aaliyah roughly 2021. I fail to realize how is he child predator when Jay-Z around 19 or 2001 would have been about 29-30 years old. So he wasn't that much older than Aaliyah. She's not a child, she's a grown woman. And then she posted this dumbass picture right here. Once again, Jay-Z's wearing a Rocawear shirt. Rocawear was started in 2001. She has captions 1996, Jay-Z's age at 26. Jay-Z wasn't 26 in 2001. He was 26 in 1996, and like I said, he was a relatively unknown artist in 1996, so even he wouldn't have had connections to Aaliyah, because by the time 1996 it actually came about, she was actually a big star with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? We even have her age pegged to 15 in 96. That's not true. She was 15 in 1994. So this cokehead literally has her timetables off, right? This is why you shouldn't believe everything you see in social media, or at least verify who the hell the source is coming from. She also has a picture right here with Jay-Z 27. That would have been 1997. And Beyonce in 1997 at 16. Now this is like the right age. However, once again, Jay-Z was relatively unknown in 1997. Biggie Smalls was still big and prominent, and I highly doubt that he would have been in cahoots with Beyonce. She was a superstar with Destiny's Child. Not only that, they didn't start dating until 2003, where she was about 22, 23, and he was like, I'm assuming he was roughly about, how old was Jay-Z in 20? He's like 30, 32, right? So that would have been legal. So her dumbass pictures and captions. Not only that, this is a caption with the rest of the group. I forgot to actually screenshot that picture. I'll probably go back and get it. But that picture is actually a group with her, Destiny's Child. He's actually digitally imposed with her. He wasn't even standing that close to her. He was actually standing next to Michelle and the other girl, Angela. So, like, people try to get they, you know what I'm saying, they try to get they salacious salacious post on, and she's disgruntled because I guess Rock Nation owes her money. But to like come with a dumbass timeline like that and pictures that are digitally imposed, like where the ages and the time frames are off, like that's pathetic. She also in her coke fuel rant put right here, are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story time, since I was trying not to say what I was meant to say. Right, this is the same woman that claimed she was the female Jay-Z. Now which one is it? You a fan, or you want the man locked up because he was doing something like scouting young girls? Right, sounds like a bitch that was scorned by record contracts and ousted and has been a pariah in the rap game for like the last 5-6 years because she's unlikable. Not only that, go back to Aaliyah, right, in this picture where she was about 2021. Here's a clip of her even talking about Jay-Z and how they're just friends, right? They weren't dating.
Very good friends, and we've hung out a lot, and that happens in the business a lot. If you have friends in the industry and people see you together, they assume that, you know, you're dating or you're with that person, and that's not the case with Jay and I.
Now with that clip, she says they weren't dating. In this clip, she has to be about 2021, which is still legal. So for Nicki Minaj to make this claim and anybody to believe it, it's pathetic. In any event, if you like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. If you understood and been enlightened or educated on the facts, not only that, I gathered all this stuff from social media, but not only that, I was there when Aaliyah was alive. She was 15, I was 12. When she was 2021 and played in Queen of the Damned, I think I might have been 18. I remember this vividly. When people be talking about, oh, you got with Beyonce when she was underage, she was 21 or 23 at the most. I forget. Let's see. I was 20 in 2003, so Beyonce's a couple years older than me. So she would have been, like I said, 22. So, like, it's one thing for people that's under the age of 30 to believe some bullshit because they weren't there. It's another thing if you actually, I grew up around this time. I remember all these key people and their ages. I'm a fan of Aaliyah's. I'm a fan of Jay-Z's. And I mean, Jay-Z, DMX were around the same age. When DMX came out, he was 28. I was 15. I remember the chronology of shit. Right? Is there certain things you just know, especially if you were a fan? And when somebody tries to put this up on social media like it's law or like it's fact, you got to check your references and your sources. Sometimes you got to sit back and say, what's the motivation for this person? Is this true? And are they a coke fuel vindictive drug head? If you get yes, then you'll see past all this bullshit. That's the only thing I got to say. However, if you like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to contribute to the machine, if you've been educated, entertained, or even been enlightened, support the machine. Click my link, grab your shirt, hoodie. It's cold out there. Get some flip-flops and any other merch that I got. In any event, I'm out.